Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Echo45 Advisors Market and Economic Update. Over the next few minutes, we'll discuss taxes in the context of the upcoming presidential election and what investors need to know about maintaining a balanced perspective through politically turbulent times. The policy platforms for President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are taking shape through speeches and debates, and taxes are a key area of focus for investors. The future of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is a major point of difference between the candidates. These tax proposals are subject to change and will only be able to scratch the surface here. It's always important to work with a trusted advisor when it comes to taxes and financial planning. Over the next few minutes, we'll cover some of the most important proposals the candidates have made so far. First, this chart tracks the highest marginal individual and corporate federal tax rates over the last century, with major changes in tax rates labeled. As you can see, the highest rate for both corporate and individual income taxes is relatively low compared to historical levels. During World War II, the top individual rate reached as high as 94%. Taxes are deeply intertwined with politics and reflect our divided political landscape. While taxes directly affect households and businesses, their impact on the broader economy and financial markets isn't always straightforward. This is because households and companies often change their behavior based on taxes, and there are many credits and deductions that affect which taxes are paid. Consequently, lower taxes don't necessarily lead to economic booms, nor do higher rates inevitably cause market turndowns. Next, this chart shows the total and net federal debt as a percentage of GDP. Net federal debt excludes federal debt held within the government. The blue dotted line indicates the 50-year average net debt, and the red dotted line shows the 100% of GDP mark. This chart shows that federal debt has been rising over the past decade relative to GDP. Many economists worry that taxes will need to increase due to the expanding federal debt. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 reduced individual and corporate tax rates, while the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 introduced new taxes on large corporations as well as stock buybacks. The upcoming 2024 election features contrasting tax proposals from the two candidates, including changes to corporate tax rates, individual tax rates, capital gains taxes, and potential new taxes on unrealized capital gains for high net worth individuals. For example, President Trump proposes cutting the corporate tax rate to 15% for some companies, while Vice President Kamala Harris proposes raising it to 28%. Trump has also discussed extending the current individual tax rates, while Harris is in favor of allowing the top rate to revert to 39.6%. Harris has also proposed expanding the startup expense deduction, adding first-time home buyer support, and creating an unrealized capital gains tax for those with net worths over $100 million or more. Both candidates support proposals such as enhanced child tax credits and no taxes on tips. Finally, this chart tracks the level of real GDP since 1947, with presidents and their parties labeled and highlighted by color. Recessions are indicated with the shaded blue bars. This illustrates the fact that the economy has grown steadily across both major political parties. This is because business cycles are impacted by many factors beyond the party in the White House. The candidates' tax platforms continue to evolve and could have an impact on individuals and companies. However, it's important to maintain a balanced perspective and not overreact to proposals being made on the campaign trail. Instead, investors should focus on long-term goals and work with a trusted advisor rather than making politically driven decisions during the election season. We've only scratched the surface on this important topic. If you would like to discuss taxes or the election further, please don't hesitate to reach out. We look forward to speaking with you soon.